So, welcome back to IPHA's talk series, where we interview people from different careers and positions in the healthcare field. And the purpose of this series is to start a conversation about interprofessionalism and the importance of branching out and trying to look for different paths when determining your future. And we hope this gives students an insight into what it's like to choose a career for yourself and what a day in the life looks like for a typical professional in their field. I'm Dina.
And I'm Jenna. And our guest today is a recent Biomedical Sciences graduate from the University of Ottawa and is an incoming medical student at the University of Toronto. She also recently started her YouTube channel to help support students through their journey into medical school. Welcome, Jaycie. We are so excited to have you here with us.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. Would you like to introduce yourself? The insight and the exposure you get, I don't think you can get anywhere else doing anything else in Canada. But to solidify the concept even more to people who haven't really experienced it, we've got an interactive part coming up. And for those listening in on our podcast, Jaycie is going to walk us through her thought processes after a couple of sections so you guys can also follow along. Okay, so we have a scenario that Jaycie provided us with. We're just going to open it up and we'll try to edit the text in so that Jaycie can share her screen and she can kind of show us a mock chart of what would usually happen. I'm going to read out the doctor's part and then Dina's going to play the patient and then just follow along with Jaycie and follow her thought processes and how she would usually approach the situation. Oh, perfect.
Can you guys see what I can see right now?
Yes, we can.
Okay. I did put this in, but we don't have to look at that. I can kind of. Yep.
Nice. Perfect. Okay. So what would the CC and
I can like start talking and then you can do the the thing. So yeah, just to give like a brief overview of what we're about to do. So usually when the patient comes into the department, the nurse puts them into their room. So say if you go to the emergency room, you're not feeling well, and then I would enter the room with the physician. Now when everything happened with COVID, we were not actually in the room. We were in a separate room and they could, it was like by a microphone so we could hear what was in the room, but under regular circumstances we would actually walk into the room with the physician and I would just stand off to the side with my computer or before with like my chart that I would actually write, and I would kind of be like a fly on the wall listening while this interaction is going on. The general parts of a chart, the first thing will be the chief complaints. So that's why you're in the emergency room, if it's like a headache, back pain, and HPI means history of present illnesses. So that's the body of the chart that people usually think of, and that's basically my job, is to listen to what's happening in the room and kind of put that document that entire interaction, either while that's going on or if it's a really complicated case as soon as I walk out. So yeah, while you guys are talking, I will do that. I also thought it might be interesting to put in the major parts of this part of the chart. So what I will be looking for while you guys are talking is the onset of the event. So when the pain started, I'll also be looking at provocation or palliation, which is like, is there anything which worsens or makes the pain feel better? I'll also be looking for the quality of the pain. So was the pain a sharp pain, a dull pain, anything, if you make any descriptive words like that. I will also be trying to think of the region. So what part of your body, the severity, how bad you felt the pain, if you gave a scale of 1 to 10 or you just said it was really, really bad pain, and the time. So did you start feeling whatever you were feeling 10 minutes ago or an hour ago? This doesn't have to be in every chart because the patient doesn't know that I'm looking for this, so they might not actually say any of this. And so this is what kind of like is going through my mind while the conversation is happening, and I just try to piece out what I can. And yeah, then you guys can.
Awesome. Okay. Dina, are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good. Okay. What brings you in today?
Well, I've had some low back problems for the past few years, and it really seems to be acting up today.
Have you been doing anything like lifting weights, yard work, etc., that you think might have made it worse?
I have been moving a lot of boxes in the last few days because I'm moving places right now.
Oh, okay. Did the pain begin suddenly while lifting a box, or when did you first notice it?
I guess I did have a twinge while lifting a box yesterday, but it wasn't really bad until I woke up this morning.
Did you hear a pop or anything like that?
Nope.
Any recent falls?
Nope.
Okay, so where does it hurt? On the left, right, down low, or up?
It hurts
High?
in
Can you
this
show
area.
me? Okay.
It hurts this area.
Yeah.
Pointing to my right.
And how would you describe the pain? Sharp, dull, achy?
Probably sharp.
Does it hurt more when you bend over or move?
Yeah, for sure.
And does the pain radiate down your legs?
Yeah, it goes down into my right leg, about here.
So it stops at the knee, correct? It doesn't go into the feet?
Yeah, I don't think it gets to the foot.
Is it similar to back pain you've had before?
Yes, it's exactly the same except worse.
Did you have the pain into your leg before?
Yes.
What have you taken for the pain?
I took 3 ibuprofen this morning, and that helps a little bit.
Have you had any bowel or bladder problems?
No.
Have you had any numbness when you wipe yourself or weakness in your legs?
No.
Okay.
Okay. So in general, like how I usually approach when you're actually in the room, I found out that when I first started scribing, when you're listening at the beginning, you don't really catch everything. So in general, I just stand and I listen to everything that's being said, and I write everything after, or I write key words, but that's sometimes not really feasible depending on how complicated the story is. So essentially what I wrote just quickly was chief complaint was lower back pain. You said it was sharp right lower back pain, which started yesterday while moving boxes. The pain increased with movement and radiated down your right leg towards your right knee. You have had history of similar back pain, which is important because it might like say that this is some chronic issue and not something that just started. So probably not something that's that emergent and could kill you at that point. 3 ibuprofen with no relief, that's extremely important. No recent falls, no saddle anesthesia, which is when you were saying that like the wiping is not numb. So that would be just kind of what you would write, and I actually have the actual answer here. So this is actually from one of the training books that I did use to train to be a scribe. And so this was just one of the example. So what they put on there is a 40-year-old male with a history of radicular lower back pain presenting with progressive right lower back pain. In general, the 40-year-old male that's actually put into the chart. So right above like my chief complaint, the age and the everything about that patient will be right there. So usually you don't have to write it in the actual history of present illnesses, but they fully put it there because this is like a full explanation. Sudden twinge of sharp pain. So sharp is the like essential word there. Mild until he woke up the next morning with severe pain. So that I did not add, but I would add that after. He took 3 ibuprofen only with mild relief. So 3 ibuprofen definitely important with mild to no relief. Pain radiates down the lateral right foot, down the knee, but not into the foot. That's good. And it's sharp, worse with bending over. Prior episodes, no bowel or bladder problems. This is like what you would write like in reality, but this is good too. And no numbness with wiping. So basically that's exactly what it is. I would listen to the interaction and write this. When I'm done, if I missed anything, because it depends on how straightforward the person is actually speaking. In this case, they do write the narrative so that the patient is kind of talking and saying exactly what you want to hear, but that doesn't really happen in reality. They're kind of just giving a story and you're listening for the important parts of it. So it might not be that straightforward. And then after, the doctor will kind of do his physical exam, or his or her, sorry, and they would either audibly, while we're in the room, tell me what to write, or once we're out, they will tell me exactly what to write in the chart, depending on the physician, how they like that happening. So yeah, I'm basically a fly on the wall during that entire patient interaction, and I try to write everything that happened down. In this case, if the physician thought that it might be something like musculoskeletal, I would prepare like an x-ray or an ultrasound form, and they would sign it. So anything that's written, or anything, or moving the patient from the room, or anything like that, would be my job.
Thank you so much, Jaycie, for all your insights and just sharing your thought processes. It was so insightful, and I feel like everybody's going to benefit from this.
Thank you.
For everybody that wants to reach out to Jaycie or wants to learn more about her journey and her experiences, she does have a YouTube channel, Jaycie MD. We're going to link it down in the description. And she also has an Instagram page with the same name, I believe, Jaycie MD. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you guys.
Well, thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it. And I thought this was like a good chat, and I hope it's helpful to someone.
Yeah, we loved having you here. It was great. Thank you so much. And to everyone listening or watching, you guys can find us at U Ottawa IPHA on our socials, and have a great week.
Perfect. Have a good week too.
Thank you, Jaycie.
Bye.